Welcome to another episode of Husbands Watching Housewives. I'm Scott.
And I'm Jeff.
And we just watched an episode of The Real Housewives of Potomac.
Yes, we did. A day late, but here we are.
Yeah, here we are. At least we weren't, in a house without water, apparently. That's my one takeaway from this whole thing, that I'm just like, okay, that's the one thing I can agree is kind of awful.
Water, I mean, you really, beyond just being as Americans, I think
we have needs as Americans.
We all have water. We all need water, Stacey, American or not. But we were in a small hotel room, but at least we had water.
That's true. So yeah, we just got back from New York City. We had a nice, rather last-minute trip there.
Yeah.
Which was good, but we got to see some friends and see Jeff's sister and brother-in-law. Had some great food.
My best friend Ashley came up from D.C. We saw some of my old friends from L.A. days. We went to the Tenant Museum. We saw two strangers carry a cake across New York.
Really?
Fantastic play.
Fantastic play.
Fantastic musical. We watched the Golden Globes from our hotel room. What else did we do? We went to Brooklyn Heights.
Yeah.
Which is super cute, and had a great breakfast with Ash, and yeah.
It was good.
It was good.
What is going on with the computer? Just things opening that I don't need.
So many windows.
Right, we're still fine.
Yeah.
It was interesting. We stayed right across from 30 Rock, and we got to see the Christmas tree before they took it down.
So glad it was still up. Yeah.
Yeah, I was so glad. I've always wanted to see that. I finally was able to, and that was nice. Could have gone ice skating underneath it had we really wanted to, but my ankle hurts, so I didn't want to do that.
Yeah.
That would have been bad.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was a really, really fun trip. I'm glad we could make that happen. It was nice. So much to do in New York, and
Yeah, we've been only like a handful of things, but I think because we had so much time with friends, and
right,
we weren't doing a bunch of activities, but I think it was more so the quality of time versus the quantity of things.
Exactly.
So, yeah.
And it's weird, we've stayed all over New York in the past, separately and together, and we just stayed around Midtown this time, and it was very convenient to everything, obviously, and we were able to go meet people. We went up to Harlem, we went down to Brooklyn. Yes. It was very, very good trip, even if our room was tiny as hell.
It was very tiny. You had to, turn around without a thought.
Yeah. It was the sort of thing where, when you look at the pictures on the hotel website, the room looks just like that, but you always assume that there's someone behind the photographer. There's some space behind them. But in this case, this was just open the hotel room door and there was bed.
Yes.
So, did we already talk about this we probably did.
We did.
On our Beverly Hills episode.
It's been such a whirlwind.
It is. Yes. They're just so tired.
Yes.
Also,
I enjoyed doing, we wouldn't do it here because that's way too intimate, but I enjoyed doing the show from bed. We might have talked about that too. We're just repeating.
I know we are, but we could do it from guest bed.
From guest.
We don't need to let people know where the magic happens. They don't need to see that.
Guest bed.
I've told you before, I used to, one of my first jobs, I was house sitting for my boss, he went out of town, and it was, I got the walkthrough and everything. And the one thing that really, but I was very young. I was 19 at the time probably. But I kept thinking when I would because I'd have to go into their bathroom to water some plants they had in there. Mm-hmm. I kept thinking that's their bedroom. And I was that they do stuff in that bed. And I was just I can't unsee that thought.
Yeah.
And ever since then, I'm just maybe I don't want to go to my boss's house. I don't need that image in my head.
I've never been to either of my current bosses' houses, and I wouldn't want to see beyond a family room.
Right.
Because that's just weird. That's where you sleep. That's where you hang your hats.
Well, that's the horrible other thing that comes into mind is when you see their bathroom. They do. You're that's where they shower. There. They shower, and you see you imagine your boss naked in the shower, shampooing. Got shampoo in his eyes. It's just
how do we get?
I just don't.
How do we get here?
Yeah, we're not going to show people our bedroom. That's just the gist of it.
Yes.
Not that anything that exciting goes on in there. That other people don't do. But anyway, neither here nor there. Yeah. Potomac.
Yes. Before we get into the episode, so we were on the subway when we saw Thursday night. Just got into New York. Open up Instagram, and there's a seating chart. Funny thing is, we had did a video like we normally would where I guessed the seating chart, and we just didn't post it because I wasn't sure that Reunion was shooting. It was really weird because like normally with, freaking Salt Lake, they're just like gearing up like the night before, like it's coming, the seating chart's coming, and like there was a lot of mystery, and then suddenly bam, at like 8:00 Eastern time, here's the seating chart, and it's like, wait, I'm sorry, Karen's there?
Yeah. Yeah.
So my guesses were wrong. Some order was right. I did not, so we'll get to Karen in a second, but I was very surprised that Wendy and Stacey were at the front of the couch on their respective
sides. I think everyone is surprised by that. I mean,
normally it's Gizelle.
Right.
Doesn't need to be, but like Gizelle does her thing and she's normally first.
But Gizelle wasn't last year though.
She was.
No, what? She wasn't.
No, she wasn't the year before.
Oh, okay.
Last year in the sparkly dress reunion.
Okay, you're right.
Even before in the black dresses, she was second to Karen.
Right. So I mean, it's possible that they might have, they could have be sending the same message again, like, hey, it's not all about you.
Right. It was just so weird just to have, and I'm sure very weird for Gizelle herself to walk out and be like, I'm sorry, I'm second to Wendy and Stacey's first chair across from me.
Yeah, that's kind of weird.
No, ma'am. No, sir.
Is something not plugged in? Something is not. No, we're all good. This is so weird. What's going on, laptop? You're not behaving properly.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Does that. Yeah.
So we're still recording just fine. So
we need someone from the Airbnb to flip a switch.
Need someone to get the electricity running on this laptop. Yeah. So,
but basically, I think it was, if I can do it from memory, it was Stacey on one side, Stacey, Ashley, Kiana, Angel.
Mm-hmm. That sounds right.
Was it?
Yes.
And then
the other couch was Wendy.
Hold on.
Oh, you're gonna get that?
Oh, sorry. Jesus. Criminy.
The cat running around again.
Okay. So sorry. Talk amongst yourselves.
So, I don't have anything to say, really. I'm tired. I've been flying all day.
I'm really tired, too.
Cross-country flights, they're the worst.
It's too much.
I mean, it was a good flight, but, as far as flights go, but...
Okay. So it's Stacey, Ashley, Kiana, Angel on one side, and then they'll pop in Karen at the beginning one later on. And then the other side is Wendy, Gizelle, Tia, and Monique.
Okay.
And no Jazzy because
she just didn't
really do much.
I mean, I
like Jazzy.
Yeah, I like her for sure.
I see why she wasn't there. So
nothing really hinged on Jazzy, I would say.
No, she's not going to bring a revelation. She doesn't have footage from the Salt Lake.
From the Salt Lake airplane? She doesn't have footage of Meredith screaming at Brittany?
I wish.
That'd be the crossover everyone really needs.
Jazzy. Suddenly Jazzy's and her boyfriend gets straight into Salt Lake. It's
unexpected. My whole thing is why they're putting... Ashley not on the same couch as Gizelle. That confuses me.
And Ashley next to Stacey.
Yeah.
Ashley who's maybe, I think, neck and neck with Gizelle on like the I Hate Stacey club.
Ankles.
Ankles. Bunyan and Bunyan.
The only thing that I could see going is that like Ashley's at least on this Angel. But on the Stacey front, you're right. They're neck and neck. But at least with this Angel thing, Ashley's pretending to be cordial about the whole situation. She brought, crystals for her.
She almost got disinvited. She had to bring something.
That's true.
Like she was like, take these crystals.
Which I couldn't, are these really crystals? I couldn't tell what they were. If she hadn't said thank you for the crystals, I wouldn't have known that's what that was. Like,
it could have been like her kid's art.
Yeah, I was like, is this some weird little like Mr. Bubble sculpture? I don't understand.
She got that from Amazon. Let's be for real.
It's a $10,000 crystal, that's for sure. She should not get it from Amanda Francis.
Amanda Francis. I forget that that's her last name, Francis, because it's such a weird name.
Not really.
For her.
Well,
Amanda Francis.
I don't know. I think it's the last name.
Like I would think
if it was spelled Francis, you wouldn't think it was.
I would think her last name would be like Butler or like Whitmore or something.
You just need her to have something more Whitey McWhite.
Well, Francis is pretty whitey white.
Waspy, I suppose.
Waspy.
Yeah.
I don't know where I'm going with that.
I don't know either.
So, yeah.
But this Potomac episode.
Yes, we should get to that.
I'm gonna nutshell it for everyone. It's the same fucking thing we've been hearing this entire time. It's nothing new with this episode at all. Do you think?
In terms of what?
It's just this revisiting of Angel's not doing this right. My Nevis trip was better, and then like this is just really crappy that we're separated into two different groups.
And Stacey is a liar.
Same. Yeah, the fact that they've drummed that back up. So, but if you'd like to take it from the top.
Yes, from the top was they got into the whole eviction thing, and Wendy, when Angel basically said, "This trip will not continue until someone tells me what's been said about me," and Wendy offers up that her friend, the realtor, said that Angel called and said she wanted a house that was worth 14 but only wanted to pay 1,000, and Angel denies this vehemently and says, "Like my rich ass would do that," basically,
right?
Because she's humble.
Well, and we looked up that house. Someone on Reddit looked that up, and I was able to find it. And that house goes for like $18,000 a month.
Right.
So maybe she got a deal on it. It was $14,000. I bet you if she rented like 3 months in a row, she'd get a deal on it. But
there's two different accusations. It's like accusations. It's one, she was really cheap and she didn't want to spend much and was only doing this for production to be on the show. And then two, she was evicted. And they were coming at her for both sides, and she's denying both. And yet they're all looking at her like, sure, girl. Like they all had sure Jan faces on their faces.
Now, it's your time to talk amongst yourself. I want to make sure this is plugged in properly.
Okay. So I have to say, I believe Angel. I don't think she was evicted. I think it was a misunderstanding. You know, she wanted the house for longer, thought she would have it for longer, and it didn't turn out that way. I don't think it's this big thing that she's lying about, because she has the money, obviously. That's the thing, too. She has the money, clearly. So why are you trying to like paint this picture that she's poor and getting evicted? It doesn't make sense.
No, it doesn't.
So, yeah, she could have been kicked out, and I'm using that in quotes, of the Airbnb. But that doesn't mean like because she didn't pay. It's more so they wanted to give it to somebody else. They wanted to take ownership back. I don't know, but I don't understand the picture they're trying to paint.
I fixed the problem.
What was the problem?
I have no idea.
Okay.
I think it was the plug was upside down, like the laptop pluggy McPlug. So.
Oh, gotcha.
Because, it broke the back of the laptop. So, the whole story.
Gotcha.
So, yeah, the whole thing is again, we've already talked about that. The whole last, 3 weeks have been about whether she was evicted or not, and she wasn't. She just chose not to renew the Airbnb.
The owner of the Airbnb chose not to.
Sure, Jan. That's where I'll say sure, Jan. I think she just didn't want...
Oh, you're saying... Yeah. No, she knew what the production schedule. You think she wanted to just go home to...
It seems like it. It seems like it. But I don't really care. That's the other thing, is I think as a viewer, I give 0 Fs about the whole thing.
I know Angel's not in dire straits. She's not, she's fine. Why are you so trying to...
Now, where it does play into it is this whole thing about Bobby, I need permission from Bobby, or that maybe Bobby doesn't want to be on the show, and that they just...
Well, that's a whole separate issue. Basically, when they get there and they find themselves in this Airbnb, one, they couldn't have all... 9 women could not have fit in that house with Bobby and the 2 kids.
Right.
Pure and simple. Could she have gotten an Airbnb closer? Maybe it's high season, like she said. Maybe it's not. But I think ultimately it came down to they didn't want them that close. And she chose the people she liked the most, obviously Kiarna and Tia, because she's pretty benign. And they got to stay at the house. Everyone else, she feels a certain kind of way about, maybe. Maybe not jazzy, but whatever.
Yeah.
And so
that's what you get as a friend of.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And so that's where you were. So...
Yeah, so, and you love when I do this, but jumping ahead, clearly when they get to her house, it's a beautiful house and all this stuff, but she is definitely acting as though she's having a dinner party at her house, as if it were in Potomac. So she's invited all these ladies over, and they're just she's like, oh, here, we're having dinner at my house. And she's acting like everything's normal, and so that's where the disconnect happens in my mind, is that everyone else is on a girls' trip, but Angel's just home. So she's like, oh, I'm having some people over. And that's where I agree with you 100%, that it doesn't make sense, as all the women are complaining, for everyone to have stayed at Angel's house, because it's not like if Gizelle had everyone over for dinner in Potomac, she'd be like, and everyone should just stay the night. I have a bedroom and a bathroom for all of you. It just doesn't work that way. No matter how big, rich, or filthy you are, you can't. It's not going to happen when you're living in that house. Like now when you go on these girls' trips and you have these villas all set up, or you have an entire house specifically designed to host giant parties, then yeah, you can do that. And so that's where I definitely think the mistake on Angel's behalf is again, we talked about this on the last Potomac episode, is just kind of setting expectations.
Yeah.
Where she was like saying, I want to show everyone my beautiful home, but she didn't say, I'm going to show everyone my beautiful home and ask them to leave promptly at 7:30. So I think that's the big problem, is that the ladies expected more than what they're getting.
Well, it's on a girl trip. We all need to be together. It makes more sense, like just filming wise, and also just to have an experience. We need to be together to have that. And things might go down at night.
Right.
And now that can't happen because we're split up. I think it's a few elements. There had to have been a place that could accommodate them that was closer to her house. 1. 2, Bobby obviously does not want to deal with these women. He does not like them. He feels that they've been saying crap about his wife. He obviously isn't totally familiar, comfortable with doing the show.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's where she's like, I need to ask Bobby because, should this be lower? Okay.
She needs to ask Bobby. See, that's where I'm...
Well, because also 3, the element of the kids. She's a breastfeeding mother, and it's hard for her to be away from them.
Right.
So all that, like, knowing that, there had to have been a place that there's a way that could have worked out.
Mm-hmm.
And, Bobby says, like, when she's, like, asking him, like, when she's saying, I don't really want to do this. I want to go and hang out and, like, stay the night with them. But that's what they're asking. And he's like, well, it's going to suck. And it's like, yeah, it's going to suck for one night.
Yeah.
Dude.
Yeah.
She's just unwilling to. And I get it. I don't know. I don't understand with the whole breastfeeding part of things and taking care of the kids, whatever. But there has to be a way to work that out.
Well,
where she, like, goes there and then, like, leaves at a certain time. Because what happens, as we saw towards the end of the episode, they're going back an hour. It takes an hour to get to their Airbnb out in the middle of nowhere. And that just doesn't make sense at all logistically and, like, safety wise.
What I enjoyed was that all of our friends are always talking about how they cannot interrupt their kids' bedtime routine.
Right.
And sometimes I roll my eyes when I hear them say it. I'm just kind of like, oh, the bedtime routine. But now that Angel has, reinforced the fact that bedtime routine is not to be messed around with, I'm like, okay, maybe this is a real thing that if ever we become parents, we will realize is a true, point of contention.
It's important. And also, too, it's like, it doesn't seem as if she has a nanny. And so it's harder with 2 kids.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Someone else was saying that. We were talking to our friends.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
And they were saying it's difficult with 2 kids to try to, like, wrangle them. And so, yeah.
Yeah, I can get that.
So I understand Angel's point of view. I also understand the other woman's point of view. But I think she did the best she could in terms of the experience. And we'll see more of that next week when they go to Aspen and showing them, like, this great side of Colorado. But just with the housing part of things, it could have been way better.
So this is also the weird thing for me, though, is that, like, I don't know. Like, we're going to go ahead and spend all this time and money. We're going to fly to Aspen for the day, and then we're going to be back right on time for dinner. And it's like, sure, you can afford the private jet, but just seems like that would be an opportunity to have done. We're going to do an overnight in Aspen and just everyone pack your bags again. And we got, but it just seems like a weird way to spend the day, and also a weird way to say kimosabe every time. I thought that was interesting too.
Well, the kimosabe of it all, it's so second nature to Beverly Hills.
Right.
And it seems like they're really trying hard with Potomac, and it's like,
yeah, I wonder if
not Kyle Richards.
I wonder if Kyle still gets, like, a cut of the a percentage of the revenue that day for sending housewives there.
Kyle put Kimosabe on the map for a lot of people. I know it's on the map for, like, Aspenites.
I think Aspenite would be the word.
Yeah, but, like, a lot of people didn't know about it until it was on Beverly Hills.
Oh yeah, I think us normal folk don't know, would never have known about it if it weren't for Beverly Hills and Kyle.
I also understand, like, Angel wanting to show, like, the great how much she loves Denver and that part of it in her home, but also there's Aspen too. But again, there's lies some clunkiness too, and also her carbon footprint is horrible on this trip.
Yeah, Monique should be talking about that, among other things.
Yeah.
I just don't understand. I just don't understand what Angel's doing, and that's where I want to give Angel the benefit of so many doubts.
Yes,
but I'm just losing my way on.
You held her hand, Scott.
I did, and it was very soft. And I have soft hands myself, and hers was really soft. It was very soft. Yeah. What I want to back up to is the water in the house.
So the lack of water in the house.
Lack of water, that would be a deal breaker.
Totally.
But. I just have such a hard time with everyone making such a scream. Everyone just complaining. I'm tired of the
water for everything, washing your hands.
Here's the thing. They didn't look like they would woke. They looked like they took care of what they needed taken care of.
Well, I mean, they all had a full beat. Yes.
Right. So it didn't look like that's why part of me feels like they're playing it up. And also, didn't they already have water back to the house, and then suddenly Stacey's without water? I feel like there's some stuff out of order.
I feel like they had water for a little bit. They used it really quickly because Angel talked to somebody,
right? And
they went out again. So everyone was able to get ready. Gizelle had to take a hoe bath. It doesn't sound like anybody else did.
I mean, it's not like Gizelle does that every day, though. I mean, by nature of being Gizelle, right? Hey-oh.
I didn't say that. And we don't call people hoes.
I know. It was just too easy, though.
If Stacey wants to label as a hoe bath.
I wouldn't. I also would never do that. Well, actually, who am I kidding? I would totally do that motion on national television. But I don't know.
Just how she was crouched down.
I'm just so tired of everyone just complaining about this house. And I'm also tired of Gizelle using it as
another nail in Angel's coffin.
Yeah, and then next week she's gonna, take over
the trip.
Take over the trip. Yeah. So
this laptop ain't
laptopping, but I don't know how to make it do anything else. So
no,
it's fine. They're still recording. That's the important.
Normally,
part.
It's it doesn't go to.
Yeah, the screensaver keeps coming on and locking. Yeah. So we just want to make sure we're still recording, and we are.
Pop and locking.
It's Could you do that every episode? You just start off every one of our episodes by popping and locking Jeff style.
No, I'm setting my intention and doing some what was it?
Some breath work.
No, it was something about a moment where they were saying her yogi person was
I was
mindfulness.
Oh yes. I was sending our photo dump from New York at the time, so I wasn't listening to all of that. So
because she's talking about release your shoulders and shake them out if you need to, and then jazz hands.
Yeah, just roll your shoulders if you have to.
That was a lot. The food looked really good at her dinner. That'll say one thing. Her house is gorgeous. The Airbnb is gorgeous.
If the water
lack of water and it's too hot, it's made Monique's face swell up.
I tend to agree that the extra guests that appear to be Bobby's guests.
That was so weird.
They did not want to be there, or they didn't care that.
But you agreed to be on camera,
right?
Sir. So, and it's I know you don't want to talk to these women, but you could be at least hi. They didn't say anything. They just stared at them like they were, "Why are you here?"
Right.
And it's because we're filming a show that this woman is on.
Again, I think that's the problem. Is that what are you doing, kitty? Wait, hey. I think the problem is our younger cat keeps trying to destroy our older cat. We got to work on that.
Not destroy, but playing too aggressively.
Yes, that's true. No, I think the problem is that Angel wanted to have a party, and Bobby and his friends were like, "Well, we're going to be hanging out here, so I guess if you want to, we can."
But again, it is one night. I don't understand why what's Angel's last name?
Massey.
Why the Masseys couldn't accommodate people for one night. She's on this damn show that is paying her not very much.
Not this first year. Probably not again next year.
But that third season, girl.
Yeah.
If you make it the third season.
Yeah.
But you can't just, deal with it. It was so weird. They want the show to work around them. And it's especially your first season, you have to work around the show.
Right. Can we talk about Monique kind of talking about hosting a trip and, what it takes in dealing with
that
production?
Was so great. When she said the network, I was like, "Ooh, not the network."
Right. I wanted her to turn around to Gizelle and say, "Quit talking about Nevis because we know you didn't pay for that shit." You did not pay for any of that. The only reason everyone was 5-star luxury with their own bathroom and villa and bedrooms is because the network paid for it.
I think they pay a portion, but certainly not. They don't pay the entire thing.
I'm pretty sure they pay the accommodations and the flights. That's probably, and maybe some of the activities. And I can see there maybe them saying like, well, we'll pay for, first class, but if you want to do something over the top, or if you want to make sure there's a butler there the whole time, maybe that comes out of someone's pocket.
Yeah, if you want this crazy add-on that we're not gonna, because that's not a basic necessity. Water is a necessity. Yeah. A butler is not.
Yeah, we don't. I'm trying to remember the name of the butler from the girls' trips. Girl trips.
The one on the last one with the Thailand one.
Yeah. Like although he did do a lot, he did contribute a lot to the drama.
And he predicted that Portia would be the woman.
Oh yeah, that's true. He did. We're going to have to look that up later.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, it's not like anything that doesn't add to the drama, I think networks like, we're not going to pay for. But that's my guess. They're like, we'll create drama, paid. They have a little rubber stamp, approved. But yeah, I'm so tired of hearing about how this trip isn't going well. And it's not that like it makes me cringe. Like I'm not like, oh, poor Angel. It's just like, okay. It's the same note over and over again.
There's also, I keep saying, there's something that we're missing. We're not seeing the full picture of why this is going down the way it is, and the behind the scenes of it all. I think would be much more fascinating if we saw like what all went into this trip.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
This is the BTS I want.
I agree.
Yeah.
Can we talk about? And can you explain to me, because I still don't really understand why Monique has such a bug about what's going on with Bobby and Angel.
I think she's saying a couple of things. One, Bobby doesn't really want to be on the show, so he's not being very supportive and also the women have been talking about his wife, and he's just done with it.
Mm-hmm.
So, and it's awkward for her because she has to manage him and being a housewife and these women. And then also, I think, a lot of it is she's doing everything. That's when Angel said, I have to ask Bobby because, he has to take care of the kids. He has to watch the kids.
Mm-hmm.
And Monique's like, well, he's a father. It's that whole like idea of babysitting when men say they have to babysit their kids.
And was Monique, did we hear her say, or did we hear another housewife say that like, oh no, I think I'm thinking of what I was going to ask you. Sorry, I'm a little scattered. Was her husband one of those husbands that never changed a diaper? That was like, no, it's your kid.
Oh, I think that might have been Monique.
No, what I'm thinking of is off of the wife swap. I think when Melissa Melissa was talking about Joe Gorga never changing a diaper.
You're right. I do not know the validity of Chris Samuels ever changed.
I'm wondering though if that's kind of what maybe Monique is getting at, is that he's in this relationship, he's a father, he should be able to take care of his own kids, doesn't need you to do it.
But she keeps saying that Angel reminds her of her, which I think it's more so that like, I need to accommodate my man, I need to accommodate my husband, I need to run the household, that's my role. And it's his role to like bring in all the money. Right. That's what I think she's hinting at. I would like her to explain more about what she's getting at, because when it gets back to Angel, because Jazzy told her.
Messy Jazzy.
Didn't even get you on the ring, girl.
I think it's Mezzy Jazzy.
Messy Jazzy.
Yeah.
Hands.
Yes.
It really pisses off Angel because she thinks that Monique is lumping her into her bad marriage. Mm-hmm. And I don't think Monique was saying she's in a bad marriage. She's just saying...
But she's heavily insinuating that there's something unhappy about the circumstance.
Or that, I think she's just saying she's unsupported by Bobby. Or I don't know.
Telling someone that like they remind you of like you see yourself in them and how you were in your marriage, that is now failed. Like that doesn't go well. That doesn't lead to a nice, happy conclusion. So
what is she? Yeah, when that gets back to Angel, what does she think it's gonna? What does she think is going to happen?
I mean, I think where it could have been successful, and she tried to do this, was when Monique first met Angel, she tried to make that comparison like lightly.
Angel shut it
down. So to bring it up again, I think the only way it would succeed is if she had a one-on-one with her and said, hey, I know I mentioned that before and here's why. And like, just so you know, I'm not trying to like cause shit. I'm just
speaking about my experience.
And, I see a lot of similarities, and I just don't know if, that might be happening in your case, and you tell me it's not, but like, I'm here for you if ever you need me.
You're right.
But she keeps bringing it up in front of the other women, and the only thing,
not to Angel, yes.
Right. The only thing that can do is cause shit. So
it would be received better if she said it, in a one-on-one, if they went to lunch and had this conversation, not in the group trip.
Right.
Yeah.
People watching this on YouTube or Spotify are going to enjoy just seeing me reach over to the laptop going every so often, make sure it doesn't shut down. What the stupidest thing is, I could just bring the laptop closer to me.
Oh.
But I wouldn't do it.
It's always there.
It's always there. It's at the edge of the rug. So if I move it, it'll explode. I know it will.
The whole Tia and Stacey of it all.
I'm tired of
I don't
too.
care. Here's the thing. I do like Tia, but she isn't really given much.
Right.
Sorry. She's a fine addition, but I don't think she made or broke the season.
No.
So, and her one thing is this fight with Stacey. That and her sister we don't care about. I don't say that in a bitchy way. We just don't know her.
We're just not interested in.
We're not interested
in. We care about her fine.
I love it for you.
Right.
But I don't care about it for this show.
Right.
So rehashing this and giving her another moment to just be like, you're a liar, Stacey. I mean, she gave the great line of, you agitate my spirit, which will be the title of this episode. But aside from that, I'm like, why are we rehashing this? And why is it bringing back to like the pile on of Stacey as a liar? Got it.
And
we all think Stacey's a liar. Not we. You all think Stacey's a liar. Whatever.
But also what I enjoy is that Stacey brings up the same thing we've always said, which is,
what's it to you?
What's it to you? You're not involved with this. The people who are don't give a shit. Why do you care so much?
And Tia can't really give an answer.
Yeah.
Until she's doing things to come at Tia or F her up her stuff, I don't understand why Tia is just so bothered.
Right. It's because Gizelle and Ashley asked her to be bothered. So.
Well, that's what Stacey's basically saying. Tia blows with the wind.
Mm-hmm.
So she's like jumping to Angel's side, and then she'll jump to Gizelle's side.
Not that
I really wonder next week when Gizelle says, I'm moving the women to a hotel, they can decide and what they want to do. I wonder if Tia will say, that's not cool, Gizelle, this is Angel's trip.
Mm-hmm.
Or if she will be like, well, I understand. We all need running water.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I don't get why they're
She hasn't really impressed me.
No.
And this argument doesn't impress me. I don't care about when Timo came in, when he flew in, when he flew out. I don't care.
I mean, Stacey's definitely, when we talked about it on that episode when it happened, Stacey's definitely inconsistent. There's definitely
for sure.
something that doesn't settle right with anyone there. But again, it has nothing to do with Tia.
She's not lying about you.
Right.
Yes. And then the whole Chris Samuels of it all. I don't care about that either.
Right.
I don't think she was trying to screw that man. So,
even if she was, she didn't. Or if she did, she's not still.
I don't think she brought the information to Chris about what Monique was saying.
Yeah, Cookie did. We all know it's had to have been Cookie.
Like Ashley told Cookie told, like, whatever.
Yeah.
It's so dumb.
Yeah.
And Chris isn't on the show, so I doubly don't care.
Right. Doubly don't care.
I don't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think you've nailed it pretty well. We've nailed it all down.
Yeah.
Next week, Aspen should be fun. We get to see Mauricio. I'm
random.
Looking forward to that. I can't tell from the preview, which I know we've seen before. I mean, it does seem like it might be a little engineered. Like they asked him to be there. Like they didn't just run into him.
Oh, I mean, come on. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mauricio wouldn't. I mean, I know he's an Aspen a lot, but he wouldn't. It's convenient.
Right. But why? I guess
he's the ambassador of Kemosabe.
I mean, when Kyle's not there, he wears the crown. Like they have custody arrangements of Kemosabe. Like I get even months, you get odd months. So I don't know, but next week should be good with that for their trip to Aspen. I am interested in seeing how that goes.
Yeah,
I don't know. Like part of me wants to just scream at the people who are at the Airbnb and just say, just go with it. Enjoy with what you're doing. But now you're right. Water's bad. They need water.
Yes.
It's not a good trip. It's not a good arrangement. But it does seem to me that they're trying to just nitpick everything that Angel does. And that's where I'm just like, I don't want to watch it anymore. So I hope next week they stop nitpicking. They won't, though. They'll continue.
This trip was a nightmare for production.
Why so?
Because 2 different locations. They got to go to Aspen. They have to go down this dark, windy path to get back to the other house. It's an hour away. It's really crappy logistics.
Yeah. Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah.
And then, they did seem to lay off of Angel while they were at dinner.
Well, until they said, your spirit was whack.
Right, until they sat down to actually...
Your hosting still for whack.
I think when they were getting the tour and like they had the oxygen bar and they're having drinks and you're just kind of hanging out, everything was fine.
She had mezcal.
Yeah. And
from Aaron Leachy.
And that was sweet. And everyone kind of acknowledged that was sweet that she was trying to cater to...
Accommodate. Yeah.
Not even accommodate, but like
cater
actually...
to, yeah, right.
Yeah, just like actually kind of give them a bonus, not a bonus, but like, hey, I know you like these things, so I'm trying to put them here for you. But then it was really odd it was just like, okay, it's 7:30, peace out, everyone, you're going back.
Right.
And understanding it takes a while for them to get back, that's one thing.
That seemed real creepy. Like that was like
that drive?
Salt Lake, like Blair Witch Project style.
See, that didn't. Also, when was it Ashley or Gizelle? Like, do we have security here? We need security. It's like
Stacey said that.
You're in the middle of the woods with camera crews. No one's coming for you.
But there are no, who's coming for you is the mountain lions and the rattlesnakes.
Security ain't gonna help with those.
I mean, they could have stayed in the city. I know, but also this, and rightfully so, she's making use of the platform. It was a big advertisement for Wanderland.
Oh yeah,
not Wonderland.
Right.
Wanderland.
Wanderland. Yes. No, I agree, and I don't like that either. Making it really hard for me to continue to really be on Angel's side because this is deteriorating.
Angel's side in certain respects, but I also can see she didn't fail, but there were elements that really broke down on this trip, and she could have executed it better.
And yes, and that's what bugs me as well is with Gizelle. Like, I'm waiting to tell her she failed,
but she could have if she had outdone Gizelle's trip and made her just like suck it, it would have been great. But she didn't, and now Gizelle has the upper hand, which no one likes that. I don't like. She may have the upper hand, but she has a second seat.
Okay, on that note, this podcast is not getting any better. So should we just talk about it all next time?
Until next time.
Okay.